Spring is here. It's actually going to be almost 80 degrees tomorrow here in Maryland, so very excited about the great warm weather. Grass is growing. It's just beautiful, and I know other parts of the country and in the world, it's not like that. I know my brother in Wisconsin, it's still got some snow on the ground, so springtime is always kind of going to be different. It's going to start at different times, and it's, you know, this is all just my opinion, what kind of works, and a little bit warmer climate here. So, but guys, this is my 2020 spring list, just designer fragrances. I'm going to do a niche fragrance list in the next week or two, but figured I'd throw some designers. Again, all fragrances are, you know, excellent if you like them. It doesn't matter if it's a $10 fragrance, if it's a $3,000 fragrance, whatever it may be. You always hear me talking about niche and the quality, and there it is there. But I'll take a $15, $20 fragrance, and if it smells good and works, it's a good fragrance as well. Doesn't have to be expensive to do the job and be a great fragrance. So again, thank you guys so much for joining me for this list. I'll try not to ramble too much and go through these kind of quickly. But my number 10. This one, not sure if it's kind of in the niche category or designer. I believe it's just designer, but this is Bergamotto Marino. This one's a really, really nice fragrance. Hopefully, guys, I won't get too close, but it's just nice. Obviously, you got some really nice white florals in there. I believe there's a neroli note in here, and then you also have, obviously, bergamot, but very nice fragrance. It could be worn as well for summer. Some of these are going to be... It could be well for like a warmer fall day, obviously summer, but springtime, I'm gonna go with this one this year. So Bergamotto Marino. This one, I haven't heard too much talk about this. I know it's still really readily available, and it's very cheap. It's not that expensive at all. A lot of the, I know Coach Rob, a lot of the older reviewers really enjoyed this one. I think it was actually his signature scent, but not too much talk again on this one. But this one's Kiton. Hopefully I say that all right, but this one has a musk note in there. There's a lot of violet in this one too, and then you also get that little bit of, that fruitiness. I believe it's a pineapple note in there. It's kind of hard to detect a pineapple. It's very musky, but and violet, is in there. But guys, great fragrance. A lot of compliments with this one. Excellent though, but this one's Kiton, and that's my number 9. Now this one, another cheapie, but goodie. I wear a lot of fragrances to the gym, and I don't even care if they're even darker and all that. So the guys I play racquetball with, sometimes they're like, oh my God, what is that? Or they give you some compliments. But this one, I probably got some of the best compliments with. Very cheap fragrance, but it works great. It has a little bit more to it than just a summer fragrance. So I wanted to go with springtime this year, but a lot of compliments, like I said. It's just an excellent fragrance. Again, it's a little bit maybe synthetic, but it works. And what's crazy, guys, is a lot of times the synthetic freshies, and they just work for, those are the ones you're gonna kind of get compliments on. And a true frag head might not, it might not be special to them, but for just outside of outside of your house and just for compliments, things like that, this one really works. But this one's Uomo Moschino. This one, again, has some musk in there. It's got this kumquat note in there, obviously, and then just a lot of aldehydes. It's clean, it's fresh, but there's just something more to it. It's just something really special. It's a great fragrance. But guys, I know women really like this on me, and then again, had a couple of good compliments from the guys at the gym that works. So it's a good gym scent too. But that one is number 7. It's 8, 9, 10. I'm sorry, number 8. Getting on with this one, I think it's discontinued now, but just a very good fragrance. It's a little bit darker, has a little bit of a, I don't really get too much tobacco in this, but there is a tobacco note in this that kind of made it a little bit spicier than the original Eau Fraiche, and the Eau Fraiche is really good, but this one's Versace Man. And again, yeah, this is my number 7. Sorry about that, but yeah, it's weird because there's some saffron and tobacco in this, but still gives it a little bit of that freshy vibe as well. So I think it works great for spring. It could be a good fall scent too. Like I said, fall and spring, you can really put a lot of fragrances on your fall list that may join the spring list, and some spring that may join the fall. It's kind of in that, the same kind of weather situation, but. Obviously, we lean a little bit more towards florals in the springtime because that's what you think about, but you can put some of these in the list. But number 7, guys, this one is Versace Man. Great fragrance. Now this one, really haven't heard too much talk at all. There's 3 versions of this. I believe there's the regular vetiver, there's frozen, and then there's the Glasse or Glasse. Hopefully I'm saying that right. please forgive me if I'm not saying it right, but I believe this is the Glasse or Glasse fragrance. But guys, Vetiver, this one I haven't really used too much, but I've been wearing it this springtime, and it is, guys, it is gorgeous. But Glasse, you got obviously Bergamotto in there. You know, obviously the Vetiver, it is just, there's some floral notes in this too. But guys, this one really is a special fragrance if you can get your hands on it. I just really, really love this. It screams springtime in a bottle. So guys, Vetiver Glasse by Guerlain. Love this one. And then this one again, this is another great fall scent. Obviously can be used for spring. It might have gotten closer to the #1 spot because I just love this. I think I'm about like 3/4 of the way through on a 3.4 bottle. I have a vintage bottle of that. And then I ended up getting another vintage because vintage, guys, is just awesome. I think this is 2005 or earlier. I'm sorry, 2015 and earlier. I'm not sure how it goes, but you gotta, if you look for the silver stem, this one's Dior Homme. Obviously a strong iris note in there. You guys know this fragrance better than, you know, anyone. I mean, obviously it's just awesome. I mean, that iris lipsticky vibe, but it's just beautiful. The vintage is awesome. If you guys can get there are some bottles on eBay. Just make sure they're real, of course. But if you do get the original, it performs so well. It's just a classic fragrance in you know, Dior and just in the whole fragrance community as all together. But this one's just an awesome. I got the little 50 ml, but it's a new one, and I'm really gonna use it sparingly. I just love this stuff. Now this one again yells and screams spring in a bottle. This one is just, it's a designer, of course, and it's inexpensive, but it just really, it's such a beautiful rose scent. It's got some pepperiness to it. But guys, I'm talking about Cartier. This one's the Soir version, Declaration de Soir. But guys, this one is just awesome. Like I said, you got really nice cardamom note in here too. And I love cardamom because it's got that freshy spice thing going on. The rose really pops in this, and then a little bit of the hints of that black pepper and the pepperiness in this. And guys, it performs really, really well. I only go about 3 sprays with it, but awesome fragrance if you can get your hands on it. I believe there's an intense version now. I never tried that, but this one is great. I don't know if they discontinued this one now or whatever, but guys, excellent fragrance. All right, the top 3. I know you guys are getting sick of hearing this about this fragrance, but guys, I'm telling you, in the next 2 to 3 years, it's gonna be expensive to get. It's gonna be one of those things. I just love, I love this fragrance a lot. I did get a backup bottle of it. Probably don't need it, but I got one just in case. But guys, this one, L'Homme Ideal. This is the Cologne version. Guys, #3 spot, just excellent. The way they did this fragrance with the freshness of the normal, you know, the original, but then they got this almond note in there, and it is just, it's something special. But great fragrance. I love the bottles. Again, they are discontinued, so get your hands on them. You can still get these things for like 30 bucks for a 3.4, and I'm telling you guys, it's going to be an investment in the next year or two when it's going to be impossible to find. It's going to be a very sought after fragrance. So now, a lot of you guys are going to give me crap for this one. The new version is nothing like the original, I believe, in my nose, of course, and my experience. This was one of my first designer fragrances I've ever gotten in my collection, about probably 8-9 years ago, and I really started getting into this right around 2012-13. And you know, I played a lot of sports when I was younger, and football was my #1 sport. I played a lot, and this is that fresh cut grass. It's so green. It just really reminds me of that, and I love that. The, you know, Saturday mornings when you're on that cold, wet grass in the mornings, you know, doing your stretches after you just played your ass off Friday night, and you're sore and all that good stuff. But guys, 212, the original Men. So if you look for the 212 there, and then it's gonna have Men right there. I don't know the new bottles, but I got this. Alan Beverly Hills Perfumery had a couple vintage bottles. I got this one that I've been using, and it is awesome. And then I have a backup bottle of this because you're just not going to find the original like this anymore. I don't think they're ever going to come close to it. It's just so much more green, and it's just absolutely beautiful. But look for the 212, and then obviously the Men right there. But that's my #2, guys. Like I said, it's just It's just beautiful green grass in a bottle, and it just smells so good. There's a lot of other things going on with it too, but that's my number 2. And number 1, nothing too crazy, nothing too new or anything, but this is just such a special blend, and I just love it. It's so powerful, and it's number 1 probably on my list for most complimented fragrances. I'm gonna do a complimented list for 19. I wore this a lot too. But it can be used for summer, fall, spring. It's just an all-around great fragrance. And again, it is kind of, it's almost like the original way back in the day when I wore this for almost 15 years before I even got into really into getting a lot of bottles and things like that. But guys, special blend, Acqua di Gio. Like I said, there's just, I don't know if they just put a little bit of a hint of it. You still have those watery notes and everything in the aquatic part of it, but you just get this little hint of like incense, and it just makes it just a little bit stronger than the original, or than the version now of it. But guys, special blend, if you can get your hands in this. I don't know if they're making it now or if they come out, you know, certain times of the year, but again, a lot of these could have been my number 1, and this is nothing that crazy new and exciting and all that, because there's a lot of great designers, but you know, I play around with a lot of niche, and I've been, you know, spending a lot of money on a lot of niche fragrances. So this one's basically still just one of the best designers in my mind. And like I said, it just always brings back a little bit of memory, because I wore the original for so long. You know, 1999, I believe, was my first bottle of the original, and I wore that all the way until 2011, 2012. So, you know, that was just my signature scent, and I didn't, you know, really reach for anything else. So, but guys, there's my spring list. Hopefully I didn't drag it on long, too long, but I'd love to hear some of your special, you know, spring fragrances that you're wearing this year. I hope everyone is doing okay, and please be safe out there, you know, with this whole coronavirus, and really, hopefully God is looking out, and, you know, just, you know, stay blessed, stay safe. And you know, and hopefully all your families are doing well with that. It's such a scary thing going on, and you know, just hopefully you guys are all doing well and safe. But thanks so much, guys, for always joining me for a video. Really appreciate the support and the love. So thank you guys, love you guys, and we'll talk to you soon.